Good morning. I am excited to share what I have to share today. My topic is the power of love. I know. Don't you just hear Huey Lewis in the news? Well, not everybody's going to hear Huey Lewis in the news, and that's fine. Hear whatever music God plays for you, because just as long as you start singing about the power of love. I get a newspaper, arrives like once a week. I subscribe to it. I really enjoy it. And it had an amazing article. And no, I'm not going to read you the whole article, but I am going to read you the intro. So the article title, though, is Virtue Medicine. Love changes the heart more than metaphorically. Didn't that catch my attention? Oh, yeah. Because I am one for working that love deep into the bones of your body. So I think you're going to be rather blessed, like I was, about what this has to share. So here we go. The article is by Mackay Albert. Dr. Eben Alexander lay in a hospital bed, his mind slipping into a deep coma as his brain was ravaged by bacterial meningitis. His chance of survival? 2%. For the next 7 days, his brain showed no activity. By every medical standard, Alexander, a distinguished graduate of Duke Medical School and a Harvard-trained neurosurgeon, should not have returned. And yet, he not only survived, but he also emerged from the coma with a story that would change his life and stretch scientific explanation. While in the coma, he left his body and saw himself floating above a landscape of vibrant light and color, a phenomenon referred to as a near-death experience, NDE, in medical literature. During his NDE, he encountered a radiant woman who delivered a message he would never forget. This is the message. You are deeply loved and cherished forever. You have nothing to fear. You are richly cared for. That's the end of the message. Alexander believes his survival wasn't just a stroke of luck. Love, he says, was the force that pulled him back from the brink of death. But can love, an emotion often dismissed as poetic or sentimental, really hold power over life, health, and death? Alexander's life was highly desirable by most standards. He was a successful neurosurgeon who spent 15 years on the faculty of the Harvard Medical School. He authored more than 150 scientific publications and held appointments at renowned institutions. Beneath the surface, however, a silent narrative played out. He had been adopted at birth, and though raised by loving parents, he harbored a gnawing sense of abandonment. I had this subconscious belief, he says, that maybe I didn't even deserve to exist. That maybe I didn't deserve love since my own mother had given me away. He recalled that during his NDE, he felt an overwhelming emotion of tremendous love, pure, conditional, and absolute. This love cured the deepest scars of his past and left him with the message that love is the ultimate creative force in the universe. Aligning with this force, he said, can lead to wholeness and healing. Love, the power of love. This week on my podcast, I also talked about Into the Deep because that is an exertion of the power of love. The deep is the valley of human need. It's where you go to meet the people who are held captive in their fears, in their loneliness, in their diseases, however that captivity has happened. It is the power of love that pulls them back from the brink of death. I'm not sure about NDEs. I haven't experienced it. I don't see it in the Word of God, but I don't need to experience everything to know whether or not it's true. And I am open to God expanding my horizons. God has asked me to embrace walking out into the deep. And that's where I'm going, because I want to help people come back from that brink of death. This man had an extraordinary experience, very real, very true. And I think I know who that astoundingly beautiful woman must have looked like, because I see her once a week. And I so enjoy what she shares about love and the things that we give off when we love, and the strength that we exude when we love, and the courage that we give people when we love. Hate is so prevalent. It is so destructive. We see that almost daily if you watch the TV. But the power of love, and he didn't even say a spiritual love. He talked about love. We know God. God is love. We have an even deeper well to draw from. We don't have to just rely on our own physical energies and exertions. One of the reasons Jesus Christ was so successful, he didn't take on their fears. He didn't take on their challenges. He gave them the word, which is the escape from their fears and their challenges. He gave them that love that's going to bring them back from that brink of death. A disease is a brink of death. Fear is a brink of death. Uncertainty can be a brink of death. God doesn't want us dwelling there. He wants us dwelling in the love, the richness, the lavishness, oh my gosh, the kingdom ruling love that he has to share. And you know what? He will always resupply. He will always re-energize. He will always give you words, actions, thoughts that are going to get you there, because God doesn't want you at the brink of death either. The power of love, if it could be measured, truly measured, would go off the scale. I don't think there's a scale that can hold it. That's the power we walk with. You know, I love Huey Lewis in the News, but the power of love goes much further than a rock song. I sure love you all, and thank you so much for the opportunity to share this little tidbit today. What an amazing God we serve.